This section of prayer takes us into the Ruach level of our soul. And the Ruach section is our emotional section. And it really is about opening our hearts to feel love and joy. And in fact, these prayers in the prayer book are called the Pesukas de Zimre, the praises of song. And song is very important because song opens our heart. It opens our lungs because our breath is more intense. And song is a way of expanding our state of being. And the sages teach us that actually the Torah was given in song. It says that God spoke the words, but the deeper meaning of it is that God actually sung the world into being. And that's such a beautiful thought, that everything in the world has its own song. In fact, there's a deep book called Baruch She'amar, which means that every creation has its own song to sing, and every human being has their own unique song to sing in the world. And what we are needing to be doing in this world is to find our unique song and sing it, so that each of us becomes our own instrument in the orchestra of creation. And when we are all singing our song in harmony, that is really when the whole universe is pulsating with joy and gladness and gratitude and appreciation. And that is, I suppose, what we all long for in some way. So the word Shira in Hebrew has a numerical value if you add up the numerical value of each of the letters, because Hebrew, there are 22 letters and each letter has a numerical value. And so the numerical value of Shira is 515. And what's amazing is that it's exactly the same value as the word for prayer, tefillah. Prayer and song have the same source on high. They come from the same place. And so we learn from this that prayer is supposed to be sung. And it's very important before prayer or in prayer to find a song, to find a tune that you love, because that actually lifts, it's like the wings of your prayer that actually allow them to elevate higher. And another amazing thing about a song is that the Hebrew word koach hashir, which means the power of song, has a numerical value of 543, which is exactly the same value as when Moses was standing at the burning bush. And he says to Hashem, "Who are you? What is your name?" And God says to Moses, I will be that which I will be. Eheyeh Asher Eheyeh, which is the most condensed name of Hashem in a way. I will be what I will be. And that has the same numerical value as the power of song. And so finding one's own song is what reveals our true identity. It is a vibration of who we are, and we need to keep tuning ourselves to this vibration. And in a sense, this is what prayer does for us and allows us to become. So the prayer for this section of Ruach, I've chosen two prayers. The first one is called Baruch She'amar, which is speaking the world into existence. And it's a beautiful prayer because it mentions the word Baruch 13 times. Baruch means, it comes from the word Barech, which means a spring, and we are calling forth from the abundant, infinite spring above to come down and wash us with love. And why love? Because Baruch is mentioned 13 times, and the word Ahava, which is love, has a numerical value of 13. Baruch is mentioned 13 times, and Echad, one, also has a numerical value of 13. So 13 is very important for this prayer, and this 13 mentions of Baruch actually encompass this flowing over of goodness and abundance and blessing. And so we begin the songs, the praises of songs, with this Baruch 13 times. It's really a beautiful prayer. This correspondence of Ahava, love, and Echad, one, demonstrates that my routine state of individuation is not separate from the all. Rather, the all is expressed through and dwells within it. And then I thought I would mention the Ashrei prayer. And the Ashrei prayer is Psalm 145. It's a beautiful prayer, but there's one line that's very important, and the sages tell us that when we say this line, Poteach et yadecha, which means open your hands, we sit in a pose of openness. We actually sit with our hands open to receive, because our hands are our externality. And while we say to Hashem, to the divine, open your hand and fulfill the desire of every living thing, we are actually making a space for blessing to fall down. Because we learn, there was that story about the Chinese monk who was pouring water into his disciples' cup and it kept on overflowing. In order to receive our blessings, we need to be open and humble and have an open space. So when we say this, Poteach et yadecha, we are aware of opening a space so that we are able to receive the blessings from above.